Ultimate2 Capital G here. Got some spicy Utopia duels for you guys to check out. For those of you guys who don't know, I am a very big fan of Utopia. I used to play it a ton in Master Rule 3, but then Master Rule 4 kind of killed Utopia. You couldn't really use Exceed Change Tactics to its maximum potential, and I just kind of gave up on it. I have been looking to visit it again, but I think that this guy has solved it, man. I think that he has figured out how to get the most out of Utopia, and we all know because of Utopia Double, the ceiling of Utopia is basically like it's the sky. Obviously the deck can go first, make your top Exexel, but then you can go second and you can one-shot your opponent. He's playing a Fairy Tail build, and it's really interesting because this guy right here, Iron Hans, this is a one-card Utopia. So let's see exactly what I'm talking about. First duel is against True Draco. Just has Ignis Heat and a couple of sets, and this is exactly the type of situation that a deck like Utopia can take advantage of, because he can just blast those back row with the Twin Twister. Who even cares if your opponent gets a plus from Ignis Heat when you can obviously look to just, you know, do some ridiculous damage with Utopia Double. He's gonna go ahead and get the Golden Castle. Golden Castle, again, usually people summon Hextrude with this. They'll summon, you know, the this guy right here, the Phantom Bird, but instead he's going for Iron Hands, and that gets him 2 level 4s on field. Now he can go for Exceed Change Tactics and draw a bunch of cards as he's going for the Utopia Double play. He's not going to be able to quite one-shot his opponent, I don't think, but he will be able to do a whole bunch of damage. Also, this guy is running Generation Force, which it gets an Exceed card from his deck to his hand, which can be Exceed Change Tactics. This is kind of new. I've never seen someone run that card before, so 10,000 Utopia becomes, or 10,000 Utopia almost does enough for game. I like how he's going from almost OTKing to a Utopic Zexal play, so that's actually going to be really strong. He can negate all his opponent's cards because he played the rank up Numeron Force. That's my favorite rank up of all the rank ups, even the Phantom Knight ones and the Raid Raptor ones. Numeron Force has always been my favorite because it negates all face-up cards on the field, even your own, by the way. His opponent can't activate monster effects, but Draco, it's not even relevant. He top decks Imperial Order, and then this game is donezo. He can obviously just attack with Utopic Zexal, but he wants to make sure he's not walking into a trap there, so he goes ahead and he summons the Phantom Bird, just popping the back row, and that duel is over in just a couple of turns. Now, just like all the Golden Castle, you know, kind of decks in Yu-Gi-Oh, you are kind of on a timer. You basically need to win within like 3 turns or so, but that is definitely possible. So, second duel, once again, he's going second. And his opponent is going to have potential Guard Dragon combos here. I don't know why he started trolling with this combo, because you can see, got the Pisty, got the OP, got the Red Eyes, but then it all pretty much goes to hell, because he's like, Cap, I don't need no stinking negations. I'm going to go for Beauregard, baby. I saw this and I was like, oh god, this guy's a fucking troll. He had all the plays in the world and he ends on a Beauregard and a Boral Sword Dragon. So that's some spicy plays right there. I don't get it. He probably should have summoned Hot Red Dragon, Archery, and Abyss or something, but whatever. Luckily his opponent doesn't have an actual monster, so he's gonna get 6,000 damage, but I believe the top deck will be exactly what he needed. As long as he can get the Golden Castle, he can get to those 2 monsters, and those 2 monsters can potentially win him the duel. So this is going to show you the versatility of the deck. Now, obviously, he's looking to go for Utopia Double for the one-shot cheese. His opponent is only at 4,000 life points, so any double or nothing play will almost certainly, well, it's not almost certainly, it's going to end this duel, but he does have Boral Sword Dragon. This means he can shift his Utopia to defense mode, right? So he thinks, okay, or Beauregard. He shifts it to defense mode with Beauregard, and he thinks, I got him, Cap. I took his win condition and put it in defense mode. No, sir, you have not. You have not won this duel yet, because he's actually going to go for the Utopia Prime. He's going to activate that effect by paying 490 life points. I love it. Such a random number. Paying 490 life points banishes everything. He should be, or at least banishing the Boral Sword Dragon. Then he activates the rank up Numeron Force. This should turn off the Beauregard Dragon. He's going to go ahead and pop that guy, do burn damage, and then be able to attack. Still with 5 cards in hand. This is the reason why I love the rank up cards, is they allow you so many kind of like obscure plays that are awesome. Numeron Force turning off the Beauregard Dragon, as if that was honestly, like, I'm not sure if it was honestly relevant in that case, but going for the Utopia Ray V means he can blow up his opponent's card, get the Volcasaurus burn effect, and then be able to still attack. Finally, we have the last duel. You guys might be saying, oh, come on, Cap. This is an OTK cheese deck, which obviously it is, but what happens if you make it go first? Well, if you make it go first, it can still do plays like this. It can still go into stuff like your Topic Zexal. You can see here, he has the Exceed Change Tactics. He can draw 1 billion cards off of this card. I love this card so much. I think it came out of, is it Generation Force? Yeah, I think it was it might have been Generation Force or Photon Shockwave. One of the first couple of Zexal sets. Now, this is where Master Rule 4 did kind of hurt Utopia, but he's running Dangers and some other extenders, and this is how he can go into some other kind of, rank 4s. And he draws cards because Exceed Change Tactic is not a hard once per turn. It just says you can only control 1 of the card, but you can draw sometimes 5, 6, 7 cards in a turn. Now, his opponent does have Gizmek Orochi, but it don't matter because your Topic Zexal can stop them from being able to, he can stop the Dangers in his hand. He can summon down a Wrestler Pankatrops, but he can't really do anything with it, and obviously he can't attack because he has Golden Castle of Stromberg. So you really wouldn't want to Mirror Force your own monsters. He's going to go Numeron Force, negate the Dengar suit so that he can just blow it up. Now he should be able to just attack a couple of times, and that is a GG no re. So yeah, if you're going second, you're looking for Utopia double OTKs. If that fails, you could potentially transition into Utopia the Lightning or even Utopia Ray V. And if you go first, then it's pretty obvious that this deck can drop your Topic Zexal. Your Topic Zexal isn't good against everything, not particularly great against control decks like Sky Striker or Altergeist, but definitely against the combo decks, it can shut them down. And you do get, the blanket Mirror Force power of Golden Castle. Also, you know what I just noticed? If you turn your Golden Castle off Numeron Force, does it make it? Nah, I'm not sure if it's a maintenance cost. Yeah, you know what? Golden Castle, I was thinking it would stop you from milling with this card, but it might be a maintenance cost. I'm pretty sure it's a maintenance cost and you would still mill anyways. Alright, so this is what the deck looks like on paper. Unsurprisingly, every single monster in the entire main deck is a level 4 because these monsters all need to be able to be Exceed materials for your various Utopia plays. So it doesn't really make sense to run any monsters, even if they're hand traps that aren't level 4, especially when you could run Infinite Impermanence as kind of like your main hand trap. I think it makes sense to run Dangers because they are just like level 4 extenders. People have done this forever in Utopia builds, but usually a lot of the other level 4 extenders required special conditions, things like Gigabyte, etc., etc. They required spellcasters to be on the field, but these guys, Dangers, you can just summon them arbitrarily by not discarding them basically. So the Danger monsters work, and you have to run, of course, the Golden Castle setup because this is a 1-card Utopia, allows you to summon Iron Hands and then get into another monster, and it's searchable by your Phantom Bird. So definitely makes sense. Called by the Grave, you're running an OTK cheese deck, or really a deck that if he goes first wants to make one specific monster. So I think that definitely works. Interesting, he's running double copies of Double or Nothing, which I would have liked to see, because if you're running Golden Castle of Stromberg and you happen to banish one, or just you don't want to run 1 copy of Double or Nothing and then draw it and then just not have access to that play. I feel like it's completely worth the brick. It's not gonna happen that often that you draw the card, but you don't want to lose access to it. I like the extenders, not just Monster Reborn, but even Living Fossil. You're not really using these monsters for their own field effects, except maybe a couple of them like Phantom Bird and Iron Hands. Every other monster effect is just completely irrelevant on field. You just kind of need them for the body, so I think that's perfectly fine. And then, you got your 1 rank up, which is the rank up Magic Numeron Force. This to me is still the most powerful rank up card because it can shut down face-up cards your opponent controls and makes it a lot easier to do massive damage. It stops field spells, which is also pretty awesome. Hell, you can be playing against another Golden Castle deck and you can turn off their Golden Castle using your Numeron Force. So definitely a really fun deck and an awesome take on Utopia.